see, born February 15th, 1937, Pocahontas, Virginia. And about my life, let's see, when I was 4 years old, we moved from Pocahontas, Virginia to Nemours, probably 4 miles. My daddy got killed and built a house. My mother, we lived there at Yards up till we sold the place about 10 years ago. And most important things that happened during my life, when I was a kid, I didn't have no father. He was dead. And I had a brother and a sister, which are younger than I am. And we seen it kind of hard. Mother got $80 a month, which back in was a lot of money, I guess. And we was raised up kind of poor. And I played a lot, stayed in the mountains most of the time, at my young age. Spent a lot of time with my uncles, going to the movies, different things.
What kind of toys did you have, Jim?
Well, Christmas time, we just got one toy. They didn't have toys back when I was a kid.
And what kind of toy did you get?
Well, my daddy got me a wagon, red wagon, if I can remember. And Mother always bought me clothes, shirts, and a pair of pants, something like that. And we always had plenty to eat, which is beans mostly, potatoes. And I got old enough to go to work. I helped her a whole lot. Then I got old enough to go in the Marine Corps, went in the Marine Corps, served 3 years, and I sent my mother a check, $140-some a month. And
Did your mom work outside the home?
no, she did her last. I put her up a little store business, and she did her last. She worked and had a little store, made a little money just to help her pay her bills all over.
Did you have like running water in your house and bathrooms, stuff like that?
We had running water, bathrooms, and everything in our home.
What did your dad do before he died? Do you
He was
remember?
a coal miner.
Did he die in a coal mine?
Got killed in a coal mine, 1940. I was about 4 years old.
What did y'all do? How did you play? What did you do for playing wise?
Well, we all the boys get together on Sundays. We'd have big football games between different towns and play baseball.
Did you go to the movies or anything like that when you got older?
Yeah, we had movies. Movies cost a dime to go. Popcorn, dime. Candy bars was nickel. Pop was nickel.
What about dating? What was dating like when you was growing up?
Well, when I was growing up, I had a little girlfriend, but it was just like, there's a lot of kids around where I was raised up at, but
Was they strict? Was your mom strict about you dating?
well, no, not back then. Mother wasn't too strict talk, nothing like that. Which I done everything, stayed out as long as I wanted to, and just done about it the way you want to. Ain't like this now.
Do you think times have changed?
Oh yeah, times have changed a whole lot.
How about kids? Do you think kids have changed?
Yes, they have changed a whole lot. Now you got these hamburger joints, Back then you didn't have none. There wasn't none no for it. And there's more now for kids to get into trouble than there was then. Kids didn't get in trouble back when I was a boy. Now they might in the cities, but out in the country they didn't mess nothing.
Did your mom raise gardens or anything?
Oh yeah, we always had a little garden. Raised onions, different lettuce and cabbage and stuff like that.
Did you have to work in the garden?
Oh yeah, I raised garden ever since I was 5 years old. Now I went to work when I was 7.
What'd you do?
Worked on ice cream trucks and milk trucks and different things, pop trucks. Made $2 a day. That's big money back then.
Mm-hmm. So that was your first job?
Yeah, that was my first job. Then I growed up and went in the Marine Corps. And I spent 3 years in there. That's been 45 years ago. Went to Europe, Japan, Okinawa, seen Hawaii. Let's see some other countries. See, I said Okinawa then.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just a big fun at that time. Now I look back at it, it's just fun. Don't say nothing about the hard times, don't say nothing about the good times. It's something you had to do and I done it.
Well, did you ever have to go without food or ever have to worry about food or anything like that when you was growing up?
Well, not necessarily. We always had something to eat. Yeah, we always had something to eat. There was kids around before I was raised up that didn't have nothing to eat. Most of them worked in the mines and they had plenty.
Do you think your mom had it harder when your dad died?
Yeah, she had it hard. She had it real hard. But we always got enough to survive. Yeah, she worked hard.
Well, how old was you when you first started dating? How old were you?
I was about 7, 8 years old.
Really dating?
Yeah.
You said 8 years old.
Yeah.
Well, what'd your mom think about that? She know you was dating?
Well, she caught me out there in the building.
You was an ornery fella.
Yeah, I dated her from 7 years all the way up.
So you wasn't sweet 16.
No. What else you want to know?
You done pretty good, Jigga. So give me credit. What was your school like when you went to school?
Well, let's see. It's just about like it is today.
Did you have a big classroom or
Yeah, we had a big classroom.
was it how many kids was in a classroom?
It's about 42.
Was it just one?
There's about 12, 6 or 8 grades in there. In one big room.
Just one teacher?
Yeah.
Well, how did she handle all of you?
Well, she laid the law down to us.
Did she have a lot of problems with you like they do today?
Yeah, I had problems, this and that. As one teacher had the first grade, one had the second. I mean, the same teacher had the second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. Then we moved on to junior high school.
So how did she teach like that? Do you remember how she
Well,
taught you?
it's just so longer time with say the first grade and the second grade and the third. Everybody had something to do.
Did the older students help the younger ones in anything?
No, teachers done gone. Teachers done gone. And they learn more back in than they do now. Yeah, it was a job for a teacher back in the day, and they didn't get much money neither. And the teachers had to stay over too. They just went home on weekends.
Well, did she paddle any of you?
Oh yeah, hell yeah, she had to paddle that long. Great big old paddle.
Did you get it, Eddie?
Yeah, they always bust me butt. She kept stuff under control.
Well, how did you heat the school back then, heat wise?
Let's see now. I believe we had coal. Had coal furnace.
How about home? In your home?
Home, we had coal.
Did you live in just the outskirts away from the coal mines, or did you live like in a
Yeah,
coal
we
camp?
lived about 5 miles from coal mines.
Wasn't
We lived
like
out- no,
coal
we-
camp or
No,
anything?
we didn't live in a camp. We lived in houses, you know, just spread out. No, we didn't live in a coal camp. I did when I was born, but we moved from Pocahontas. The house is still there. The old company house, and it's still there where I was born. Still. Somebody's still living in it. Getting old.
What kind of things did they teach you? Just like reading and writing and stuff like that?
Well, reading, writing, arithmetic, and geography, science, a little bit of everything.
So after you got out of that school, did you go to a different school for junior high?
Yeah, I went to Wade Junior High School in Bluefield. Then we went up there in 7th grade. We had 5 hours of different classes, an hour for home. For 1 hour was set aside to do your homework.
Mm.
That's where it was all the way through high school. You always had one class, study hall, to get your homework in. We didn't get much homework. It was taught in school. Now it's all homework, no school to it.
After you got out of, you said you went to service, and after you got out of service, what did you do then?
Well, I got me a job on the railroad. Now I worked for Montgomery Ward before I went into service, putting poets together and stuff. And best if I can remember, I got a job on the railroad, the brakeman on Bluefield Yard. Then 3 years later, I switched and went to Virginia Railroad. Worked there 31 years. Then I retired on the Pokey Division 9 years ago. Anything else you want?
I think you have just about covered everything. Thank you very much.
On Beach Creek, I was born here 72 years ago, and born in the same, lived in the same house here. Then I was born 19 and 29, and October 21st. Then we had it rough. We had to